As you worked with Star Trek and the X-Men and Fantastic Four, you went on to produce other movies like I, Robot and Planet of the Apes, and you became associated with the certain genre, so the superhero genre, science fiction, and maybe even fantasy. What is it that draws you to these genre pictures?
These vehicles of using sci-fi and fantasy allow us to make comments about our current culture in a way that may be more impactful without having to preach to people. There's a Star Trek television episode where they come across a planet of two warring factions on the planet. And one faction, half of their face is black and the left half is white. And they're warring with people who the left half of their face is black and the right half of their face is white. And it's like, you know, it takes an hour, 40 minutes in network television, but they figure out, what are we fighting about? And the direct thing being, well, who cares what color you are, which side is black and which side is white? What does it matter? The sci-fi fantasy allows you to make comments about our current situation without that. That's why we read science fiction. That's why we're able to do that. So I'm attracted to that genre that allows us to ask questions in a different way that, you know, have dotted lines back to who we are today. So that's what interests me about X-Men. I'm doing a series for Netflix this next year called Altered Carbon, which is a science fiction novel. And in the 10 episodes, it's set in the future. It's meant to be Blade Runner meets Game of Thrones. And it's meant to examine, in this version of the future, your soul is a disc that is in the back of your head. And that when your body disintegrates or is gone or killed or whatever, you can get a new one. A new sleeve is what he calls it. And you can take the soul and you can put a new sleeve on it. And the people that are really wealthy have many sleeves. And the people that are really wealthy are called Methuselah. And the neo-Catholics believe that you only have one sleeve. You only have one sleeve for that thing. So the questions are about, what does it mean to be human? What does it mean to have a soul? Can you live forever? Is it worth it? I don't know where it's going. I'm not sure what the answer is. And I don't really want to make something that has answers. But I want to see 10 episodes that are deep questions about what does it mean to be human? And take it out of the context of everything you know and put it in the future. And now we'll have to figure out what that looks like. To me, that's interesting. To me, that hopefully story-wise is something that will capture your attention.
So that's coming on Netflix sometime.
That'll be, it's a long ways away. It'll be January 2018.
So that sounds interesting. Does it sound interesting to all of you? Yeah. You mentioned before that it's important to have a meaningful network of people in your life, especially when you're you were suggesting that when you're working in Hollywood. So tell us about your experience in Hollywood as a Christian. What's that been like? You characterize yourself as being out in Hollywood as a Christian. What is it like to live in that culture?
Okay.
You're doing okay?
Maybe answer this in a couple of ways. I think that, well, I'm not the Christian who has a Bible on my desk. I'm not the Christian who wants to witness to everyone in the workplace. As the boss, I worry and feel responsibility that would be manipulative. So I don't do that. But in the world of the internet, you don't have to do much to see what I believe. So everyone knows who I am. Now, that's good news and bad news. I think what I have to work hard at, and I think also is a calling that God has for all of us, is that I have to work hard and do excellent work. And if I do excellent work, if I do work that stands out, then I'll have a hearing for other things. Others will ask questions. So my goal is to make the best movies, the best TV series, to treat people fairly, to hire people and fire people fairly. It's the way I treat people the way I deal with, the way I'm a leader, all those kinds of things, and making the right decisions, standing up for what's right, even though it doesn't mean the right thing for me. Those are hard things to do, regardless of your religious background or affiliation. But those things speak loudly to the marketplace and to the filmmakers and to the commitment you said you'd make, on a picture. So that's sort of first and foremost what I'm about, is how can I be the best producer, executive producer, line producer, whatever the job is that I can do. And to me, that's doing it for the glory of God. To me, that's a little piece of what the kingdom of God is about. And along the way, I'm privileged that I get to have conversations with crew members, executives, actors, and others who want to pray, life's messy. And how we react to that stuff along the way and how we treat people along the way makes a big difference. And that speaks louder than getting them to say the right words in the right order so that they'll be saved.